Yeah, I'd like to order a pizza. Yeah, extra jalapenos and mushrooms, please.
You give me a time and a place and I'll be there. In that 30-minute window, I'm yours. I don't carry no toppings. I deliver. You know, on the other hand, I don't like people who order mushrooms on their pizza. That's suspicious.
You don't... Who doesn't like mushrooms? Well, excuse me. People.
Move on with that, 'cause I'm a double dipper. Upside down on the zipper. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got a ticket, so ride with me. Merry go down on the merry-go-round. All is fair, all be fair now. Let's go slow, let's go fast. Liquor and fruit, gonna whip your ass. Roller coaster of love. Say what? Roller coaster. Oh yeah, it's a love roller coaster.
Mr. Google here to review the highly anticipated Nicholas Winding Refn film starring Ryan Gosling, Albert Brooks, Carey Mulligan, Oscar Isaac, and Ron Perlman, Drive. I was really looking forward to Drive. Not only because of the amazing cast, but just all the positive buzz it was getting. I mean, critics across the country have been just comparing this to Pulp Fiction, which, for your information, is my favorite movie ever made. Drive follows the driver played by Ryan Gosling, who's actually kind of like the transporter. You know, he moonlights as like a getaway driver, but he works part-time as like a movie stuntman and a mechanic. He works for Bryan Cranston. He's sort of like his movie agent kind of / boss at the mechanic job. Everything's going great for him until he gets into business with Albert Brooks, and I'm not spoiling anything else. Carey Mulligan's in there with her son Benicio, and yeah, I'm not saying anything else. Now, how was Drive? It was awesome! Drive is my favorite movie this year. When I walked out of Drive, there was no facial expressions on me. My mind was blown. I think my brain was in the theater still. I had to go back and get it. I really didn't do that, but I think it was out of my head for a few minutes because it blew my mind. I mean, the whole movie was spectacular. I just want to get this right out of the way before I go into the technical aspects of the movie. The audience I was with hated this movie, like, you know, last year's The American. Like, they hated this movie, mainly because of its pace. I love the pace personally, maybe because I'm a film fan, movie buff, big film fan, movie buff, and they didn't really like it. And I understand. If you don't like this movie, I understand. But if you call yourself a film buff and you hate this movie, I call bullshit on you. This movie was made, I think, specifically for film fans. I mean, it has everything you need for a good movie. It has the great direction, the cinematography, the musical score, the editing, acting. I mean, you could teach a class and make this showcase every single aspect you need to make a good movie. You know, some movies have certain aspects here, certain aspects there. This thing has the whole package. And another thing people are having wrong with this movie is the violence. I can understand if you don't like the violence, but it wasn't like it was excessive. Oh my god, people are stupid. And that's the same exact problem people have with Pulp Fiction, that it was too bloody and violent. First of all, does anybody read the MPAA rating anymore? This movie, the first thing it says for the R rating, strong, brutal, bloody violence throughout. I mean, read. Ooh, this movie with Ryan Gosling looks really good. It's not going to be bloody whatsoever, even though it's rated R, and it looks like he's going to get into fights. Ah! Now, going on to the technical aspects, I thought the musical score in this movie, the same guy who did Contagion, Cliff Martinez, yes, this guy is fucking awesome. Now, the writing is fantastic. It's based off a book, believe it or not. It's probably the best adapted screenplay of the year. I mean, just all these characters and these facial expressions they were making, not that much dialogue. There's enough dialogue. It's perfect. I love the writing of this movie, and the direction, so freaking perb. Cinematography, great. And you know, all the technical things are perfect. 10 out of 10. And the acting, amazing. Ryan Gosling, oh my god, was he amazing in this movie. Oh, one of the best performances of the year. Carey Mulligan was great. Oscar Isaac was great. Christina Hendricks was pretty good. Ron Perlman was hilarious at times, but Albert Brooks surprised me the most because he played one of those villains who wasn't, you know, just a cold-hearted son of a bitch. Like, when Albert Brooks' character in this movie just kills somebody, he doesn't do it just for the fun of it. He just does it because he knows he has to do it, and he feels bad about it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But Albert Brooks was so fleshed out in this movie, and he was so good, loved him, and Bryan Cranston was also great. So overall, Drive is my favorite film of the year. I can rave about this movie all the time. 10 out of 10, for sure. I don't think it's going to stay my favorite movie of the year because 50-50 is coming out. But anyway, look forward to that. I'm Mr. Google. Don't forget the ski cap, subscribe, and I'm out.